a lot of men um, play the game to overcome their depression. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men be depressed. So when they play the game a lot, that's because they really be depressed. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna just say all men like that, but a lot of men that play the game like that, is depressed. You know what I'm saying? Some men like to play the game. You know what I'm saying? And I understand the game can be addictive, but to us gamers, it's a way of escape from whatever mental strongholds, negative mental strongholds that come. You know what I mean? Like we going through something and because a lot of people is not mentally strong enough to say, I'm not gonna think about that, and really block it out their mind and go about their life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So some people resort to other things, like talking to people about their problems. Some resort to playing video games to not think about their problems. Some resort into drugs. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not suggesting that you do drugs because that's bad for you. You feel what I'm saying? But video games will be a good exercise to deal with depression. You know what I'm saying? Just like talking will be a good exercise of dealing with depression. When you play the game, because you got to understand, depression is a mental thing, right? That's what we talked about. Depression is a mental thing. It's something that can be conquered. Okay? Depression is not something that is strong and you just take you over. Like, no, it can be conquered with will. If you have the will to conquer it. You understand what I'm saying? So how do you conquer depression? Overcoming depression. How do you conquer that? How do you conquer it? This is how you conquer it. Whenever the negative thought that depresses you come into your mind, you replace it with something positive. So if playing the game will be positive, I'm finna get on, I'm finna just, because you got to understand, a lot of people play the game, but a lot of people get on there to talk to people that play the game too. So it's a form of communication too, like, you know what I'm saying? The game is important in a lot of ways, and I don't understand why a lot of people deem it to be wrong. All you do is sit up and play this game. You understand what I'm saying? If a person is saying this to another person, all you do with anger and negativity, all you do is sit up and play this game all day, then you're the person causing depression to that person. Not even trying to understand why he played the game or she played the game. They may be trying to play the game to get away from you. People don't think like that. You understand what I'm saying? You're probably the reason that's making them depressed. Because they have to do everything you want them to do. We need to get out of the house more. No. That sounds like something that you want. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, I understand that, it's okay to compromise sometimes, but it goes both ways. Okay, this week we're going to get out the house. But next week I want to do what I want to do. You understand what I'm saying? But with people that deal with depression, this is my opinion. It's not fact, or I'm not doctor on it, but I'm going to tell you my opinion. from my experience. Depression deprives from something that you have done in your past that you can't talk about. Do you understand what I'm saying? That you haven't reconciled with yourself or with someone else. And that's just from my experience. Now, some people may have depression based off of being bullied, like we talked about earlier. You know what I mean? Some people may have depression from that. You know, and a form of bullying is all you do is play the game all day. So you trying to bully me off the game. But people don't look at it like that. You understand what I'm saying? So from my experience and understanding of my form of depression, when I was depressed, I would have to think of something positive when that negative thought came. First of all, I had to confess what I was depressed about. I had to confess it. Then, because it don't stop there. Once I confessed it, now I have to deal with it mentally, internally. You feel me? So what I had to do is, every time that thought came that tried to make me feel guilty, I said, no, I'm not guilty because I've already expressed how I felt about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not guilty no more. I've said what needed to be said. And I've done what needed to be done. So therefore, I'm free from this. Right? So whenever that thought came, I said, no, I'm not going to allow that thought to dwell in my mind. I'm going to think about something positive, do something positive, or occupy my mind a different way than rather letting depression control me. You know what I mean? So, to anyone out there that's dealing with depression, I think exercise in the form of positive thinking, as well as surrounding yourself with positive people, as well as reading positive literature, i.e. the Bible, you will be able to overcome depression. You know, ain't no medicine gonna help you get over depression. You're just gonna become addicted to some medicine. You know what I mean? You can't get over depression like that. That's the Band-Aid. That's what people think the game is. People think video games is like drugs. It's two different things. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's two different things. First of all, the drug is not making you deal with the depression, whereas the video game could be. Like I said, it's plenty of ways that you deal with your depression on a video game. You can talk to people through the video game. You meet new people all the time online. You know, it's a lot of people that deal with depression too, and they'll tell you, oh, this is what I'm dealing with, you know what I mean? This is how I overcome. And you know, people get comfort in that. That's a form of exercising, you know, positive thinking through the video game. You can't get that with drugs. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care who is prescribed from. From someone on the street or a pharmacist. You're not going to get that. Having drugs don't get... when you go to pick up your drugs, whether it's from the streets or from a pharmacy, it's not going to come with a counseling session. You know what I mean? It ain't going to come with that. So you're not fixing nothing. You're just putting a Band-Aid on it. And it's only going to be temporary. Because once the drugs wear down, you're gonna be looking for more drugs because you're not dealing with what is making you depressed. You're just trying to hide or run from it, or you know what I mean? So, and then the second thing is drugs, it damages your health. It's not healthy to do drugs. You know what I mean? So, I mean, this is why, I would prefer the video game over drugs, or even over some counseling in certain aspects, because, some people may not be able to sit in the counselor's seat and, express how they feel or what they're going through. Some people can't do that. And some people may not have the money, right? Some people may not have the money to do that. You know what I'm saying? But you can get on that game, and I guarantee you, there's somebody on there that's dealing with depression, and will be willing to listen. There's probably a whole community on the video game that helps deal with depression. I'm telling you, man, that video game is something serious. People don't know how strong that video game and the community behind the video game, they don't know how united and strong they are. You understand what I'm saying? They don't know that. So before you down people that play the video game, you need to go do some research. If your child is having problems with making friends, I guarantee you can make friends on that video game. And some of these friends, some of these people that you meet on video games, sometimes people, they really hook up. They go to video game competitions and stuff like that, and they, or new, like when, for example, when 2K come out, they have like this meeting, or I wouldn't say meeting, but a gaming, they invite the gaming community to come and play the test of the 2K and all that. And you can meet people in that. You meet people like that, A lot of people just need to understand that when you see someone that is always alone, or, very sheltered, and they don't want to talk much, or they don't want to, don't make fun of them, because they could be dealing with depression. They could be depressed on not having the communication skills to even speak to people, to make friends. They probably want friends, but they don't know how to walk up to a person and say, "Hey, how you doing? My name is Blase Squad." They might be depressed from rejection, fear of being rejected, and that caused depression. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of ways, so you can. It's crazy. I'm just saying this. Listen, we need to really take care of each other and really acknowledge, each other's point of views, and you know what I'm saying, and take time to be patient and care, and really see what a person is going through before we automatically attack them. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this: I pray for you. You know what I mean? I'm praying for you, all of those that are dealing with depression. I want you to know that you are loved, and there's other people out here dealing with depression, and willing to speak to you, as long as you're willing to reach out in any way that you can. Just don't be afraid to step out there and seek help. You don't have to be from a counselor. You don't have to, go that route. If you like playing video games, get on the video game. If you like to be on social media, create a community that's a safe place for people that's dealing with depression, and then you talk about how you're depressed. It's depression is a hard thing, but it's also a lot of ways that you can get help today. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna just go on and on because I could, but you know, just know that you're loved and know that there's always someone out there that's willing to help. So don't ever feel like you're alone because you're not the only one that's going through something or dealing with depression. So, you know, just take the time to, you know, dig deep and confess whatever it is that's killing you inside. And, you know, yeah. With that being said, this Influential Red, and I'm out.